But verse 7, James 4, starting at verse 7, says, "Submit yourselves, therefore, to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you." It's so important to remember the order. People want the devil to flee from them. I did. When I first got here, I wanted everybody to cast devils out of me all the time. Please cast the devil out of me. Please cast the devil out of me. I'm tormented. But I wasn't doing the first part of this. Submit yourself, therefore, to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee. It's a three-part statement. First, submit to God. Resist the devil, and then he will flee. Why does he flee? It's actually because of what I just read in Deuteronomy. It's because God is behind you. The devil's not afraid of you. He's afraid of who you're in agreement with. He's like, oh, I don't want to mess with him. That's why you submit yourself to God first. But here's where this goes. Verse 8, "Draw nigh to God, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded." And I was convicted of this just this morning sitting here. I was like, you know what? I think I have been double-minded. I don't do it in ways that are necessarily overt to a lot of people, but I mean my family sees it. I think part of it is I don't really want bad things to happen, so I try to resist those bad things happening, even sometimes trying to look away the best I can, but it's not easy because it's just there. It's all around us. So I think I have to learn how to look and not try to look away. Just look. But look with God and say, okay, here it is. It's before us. But listen where it goes next, verse 9. "Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to heaviness." Now, it's very important to understand that some people believe that this is about just having sorrow all the time. That's not what the Scripture is saying. The Scripture is saying that if you have been in an ungodly way trying to make yourself happy through, how shall I say this, trivialities and, addictions and fantasy, stop doing that. Face it. Acknowledge it. It's not time to get drunk. Verse 10. "Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up." See, the point of fasting and prayer is, if we're to take this beyond this place of just simply, as Pastor Henry would say, fasted life, not just food. Part of what happens when a person physically fasts is that they become weak, physically weak. Well, I'm realizing this is also the area where if you fast from something in your life that has become your strength or something you enjoy, then in that area you might find weakness meets you. Well, then that's where you allow God to lift you up.